NANI?!
Hey everybody, I wanted to actually bring to your guys' attention a story that I found on Instagram, and I'd love to credit Fans Drama W at Instagram. They uncovered the story, and it's an article about in Korea regarding middle school and LGBTQ community. Now, we all know that Korea is largely still very conservative when it comes to being open about the LGBT community. It's taking some time, but I believe that the next generation of Korea's youth are actually trying really hard to have more feminism, have more freedom for LGBT people. Okay, so anyway, there was the story regarding the kids. Okay, when an anonymous middle school teacher shared a picture of a survey answer sheet from a ninth grader, the internet had a thing or two to learn. The teacher, who introduced herself as a math instructor at a girls' middle school, explained there was an openly lesbian couple on campus. Upon hearing this, the principal said the school cannot have such gossip go around. Principal set on identifying the homosexual students and penalizing them for their sexual orientation, created and conducted a survey on homosexuality, and it looked like this. Alright, so it wasn't necessarily the math instructor. Okay, it was more when she brought the issue to the principal decided that this can't happen. Okay, so yes, if she was concerned with it, I have a feeling that she really didn't know how to handle it. Okay, but she brought it to the principal. Principal said, no, we need to shut that down. Survey, this is an anonymous survey and your answers will remain confidential. Please answer the best of your abilities as this to create a quote-unquote healthy school culture on campus. Please check where applies. Question 1. What is your opinion on homosexuality? 1. I don't have an opinion. 2. I can understand it. 3. I don't understand it. 4. I don't ever think about it. 2. Do you think there are homosexuals on campus? 1. Yes. 2. No. 3. I don't know. 4. I heard about them. Question number 3. If there are, which class has the most of them? Because, it equates to just being in a particular class. Homosexuals can't exist outside of only certain classes. Answer 1, 7th grade class. 2, 8th grade class. 3, 9th grade class. Number 4, what do you think the school will do about homosexual students? Number 1, offer counseling. 2, assign volunteer work. 3, suspend them. 4, expel them. Okay, for all those answers, they're just missing the point. They all sound like a particular type of punishment. Why would you need counseling just because you may be homosexual? Like, we can readjust you. You have a problem mentally. No, no, Korea, no. Do assign volunteer work. Why? Why would they need to do any kind of extra work when they're doing good in school and stuff like that just because they're homosexual? 2, 3, suspend them. That's just out of the question. 3 and 4, expel. Suspend and expel. Those are just insane, actually, because they might be homosexual. And the last question, 5, if you're aware of the homosexual student, please write their names below. Sorry, but snitches are bitches, and I swear, it's just wrong for the school to do this. The anonymous teacher hesitated before handing out the survey papers to the homosexual students, as the 2 homosexual students in question were said to be from her class. The teacher explained that as soon as the students received the survey, they went silent and began glancing at the couple. After 5 minutes of surveying, the teacher collected the answers to take back to the principal. On the way to the principal's office, the teacher looked through the papers and found the sheet that simply wowed the internet. The teacher explained, I took a picture of it because it was such a big deal. I'd like to share it. Okay, so this letter that you see right here was actually posted on the internet, and this is what got the most attention. So, as a little bit of background on the answer sheet, while the survey said it was anonymous, this particular student identified herself by writing her grade, homeroom class, student number, and name at the top right-hand corner. So she was just like, nah, you know what? This is what I say. This is who I am, and you can all just come at me. Anyway, to question number 4, which asked about what she thinks the school will do to the homosexual students, The student answered, while the survey said, oh yeah, okay. The student answered, nothing. Homosexuality is not something with which the school can interfere. It is the student's personal orientation. This survey conducted in order to identify the homosexual student and penalize her is unreasonable. Just like introverted students who take a long time to build relationships or need students who clean a lot more than other people. Homosexual students like the same sex. It is a preference. Before you try to quote unquote create a healthy school culture on campus, this way, you should focus on improving the level of maturity and mentality of this place where students are constantly learning. The school wanted to progress so much that it replanted the field grass, installed state-of-the-art smartboards. The school held essay contests about discrimination and categorized equality as an entire chapter. But this survey, worthy of being shoved in the trash can right now, is very outdated and extremely discriminatory. What an irony. The teacher who uploaded the picture commented, the student was the class rep. She was focused on her studies, often quiet and hard to approach. So I thought she was a bit mean and selfish. I don't know how she managed to white out question 5 and write such a long answer, but I know that I was completely ashamed of myself after reading it. See, I don't think the teacher understood how to handle the situation, so she thought that the right thing to do would bring it to the principal. But the principal was more narrow-minded. If anything, he's from a different generation. Okay, and like the teacher obviously is working closer to the students, so she's a little bit more progressive. She can understand. But again, she's working under the pressure of Korean culture. So she had to report it to the principal. And again, the principal, being of a more traditional background, conservative, handled it in the way that he did. But I don't think the teacher should be responsible for any backlash or anything, because I just don't think that she knew how to handle it. But obviously she was ashamed of herself after reading it because the student made such a great point. Other comments praised the ninth grader for her power to stand up for what's right. Those of you who think this is about supporting homosexuality are clearly misunderstanding the point of her answer. She's asking not to discriminate. Her school surveyed its students to force them into outing a homosexual couple on campus, leaving the two students branded for the rest of their school days. This isn't normal. This is active discrimination and abuse. The student isn't saying being homosexual is being progressive. She says while the school tries to be progressive, it is trying to discriminate against sexual orientation. A real progressive school would teach not to discriminate. Again, this isn't about homosexuality. It's about discrimination. Try to understand that before you comment. Wow, she's amazing. I should try to be like her. The girl is going places. So these are the comments that were given after everything was posted. So while Korea still remains largely conservative regarding LGBTQ communities and their issues, the effort to create equality for all is very active among the younger generations. Student survey answer became hope for many who are fighting to end discrimination. I believe that the youth of Korea are on the right track. With certain voices, they need to speak up more. Okay, there's a lot of misogyny in the Korean culture, but that's only because it's a clash between modern ideals and traditional way of life. I mean, it's very generational, and you understand that they give so much respect to their parents, to their grandparents. That they don't want to trample on it. But at the same time, those traditional thoughts and that conservative culture is growing more and more outdated. So I believe with time and as the generations age out or end, those generations end, then Korea will start seeing more change and be more progressive. Until then, the students and the youth of Korea are just going to have to keep fighting the good fight for feminism, for the LGBT community, just for equal rights and equal pay, stuff like that. And it's going to take a long time. But I believe that the youth of Korea are on the right track. Better track than a lot of us are. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that this would be a good story to bring to your attention. Again, the Instagram account is at fansdramaw. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
スマホのみんなは画面下のボタンから、PC のみんなはこちらからチャンネル登録お願いします。はい、みんな登録してくれてありがとう。そして、登録しなかったそこのお前。今からお前んち行くから。